At a certain point, chasing friends, going to parties, traveling, doing things, yeah, it might be fun for the moment. It might be cool for the moment, for the right now. But what do you have to show for that? All the money I spent traveling, going up and down, all the money I spent following friends to try to keep up with the Joneses. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're on my channel, you already know this is your spiritual bestie Sick, and I'm always going to be here to help you change your mindset, upgrade your lifestyle, and help you shift to a new paradigm, period. I just have a cute little calm message. I want to remind you that just because there's no movement doesn't mean there's no motion. Just because you're not posting on socials, you're not showing up and living that life, you're not traveling as much, you're not keeping up in a sense with your peers, it does not mean there's no motion happening. Just because you don't see any movement doesn't mean it's no motion. A lot of times we think, oh, I'm already in my 30s, or I'm already in my 40s, or I'm in my late 20s. Whatever age you believe that you need to have the lifestyle or the experiences, the money, sometimes we think we're late to the game, or we're late for our success, or we're late for things happening. And because we don't feel like there is a big movement, it feels like there's no motion happening. And trust me, I get it. And depending on who you're around, some people might affirm those ideas. They might affirm those beliefs that, girl, this person got a new car, this person moved to a new city, this person already has the house, already has this, already has that, this person's already married. Just because you're in a delayed state in life, or just because you're not at the place that other people might be, does not mean it's not happening. Does not mean there's no motion. It does not mean it's not coming for you. We have to release the idea and the mindset that by a certain age we need to have all of these things in place, and if these things are not in place, then we're failures. That is not true. That is not true. Sometimes you just need to release the mindset that you have around that thing and approach it in a new way. Approach it in a different way. Find a new way to achieve. Bro, for so long I've wanted to do YouTube. For so long I've wanted to be able to show up for myself and be consistent. At least be consistent. My goal was to post every single day. I want to post every single day. I want to show up every single day. I want to be this person daily. And although it was a beautiful dream, it was a lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure on myself to become a person that I had no consistency being. Right now, that's what a lot of us are doing. We want to show up further than we actually can. We want to show up way more than we actually can. We want to show up and be the person. We want that overnight success. We want that knowing, like we know exactly what we need to do. We need to wake up earlier. We need to go to bed earlier. We need to have night routines. We need to not get distracted. No TV. But bro, life gets in the way. Depression gets in the way. Mindsets get in the way. Habits get in the way. Although we're doing the best that we can, sometimes you just need to dial it back. You need to ask yourself, okay, right now, by the end of the year, if you can complete at least 3 things from the list of things that you actually want to do, what will make you the happiest? And focus on the beginning of the year. I said to myself, I want a puppy. I want to get my body done. My YouTube to be consistent. Like I want to actually have this as a source of constant income, continued income. I want to move. I want to clear up all my debts. Like there's a lot of things that I put on the list at the beginning of this year. And I said to myself, what are the top 3 things by December? If I look back and I say, you know what? I didn't do everything on my list, but at least these 3 things were done. I'm executing it. At this point right now in my life, my number one thing I would be so happy with by the end of this year, if I could say, bro, I was consistent with my YouTube. Either I showed up once a week, every single week, twice a week, every single week, or every single day. Whenever it comes, it's going to come. But just because there's no movement doesn't mean there's no motion. Just because you're doing certain things and it feels like you're falling off of other things, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have the opportunity to rectify and develop these skills. These are skills that we're building. And I think it's beautiful that so many people are pouring into themselves and giving themselves the opportunity, giving themselves a chance. Do not trick yourself out your spot. I promise you, everything that God has for you is always going to come for you. And sometimes you really just need to clear certain people out the way for you to be able to get these things. I feel like I had motion, I had movement, I was up and down and doing the most, but in the back end, I'm in debt, falling behind on my bills. I'm stressed out because I'm like, damn, I have one source of income and I have to be able to accomplish and do all of these things. And as a result of that, I was burnt out, I was depressed, I was sad, I was confused, and I still felt like I was at square one every single time. Every single time I was traveling, I would come back home and I feel like I'm starting back from square one. No one's gonna be there to help you. No one's gonna be there to give you any handouts. No one's gonna be there to save you. You literally have to be the one that's going to save yourself. Remember, you were put on this earth by yourself. I don't care if you were a twin. I don't care if you were a triplet. You came into this world one by one by one. And you have to decide, this is the life for me, or this is the life that I have to leave behind. At a certain point, chasing friends, going to parties, traveling, doing things, yeah, it might be fun for the moment. It might be cool for the moment, for the right now. But what do you have to show for that? All the money I spent traveling, going up and down, all the money I spent following friends to try to keep up with the Joneses. Like, you really need to start being able to put yourself first, do things for yourself first. Everything else is gonna fall into alignment. Like, we need to start shifting our mindsets to understand you're worth so much more than you set yourself up for. You put energy into the places that you want to receive energy back from. You have to start pouring into your mental, read more books, listen to more podcasts. But at a certain point, you have to stop watching those videos and start making the actions. You have to stop watching and reading and listening and gathering more information, because you might get stuck in a place where you feel like you're just learning. And although that's a beautiful place to be, that's a beautiful mindset to have, at a certain point in time, you need to say to yourself, like, okay, now it's time to put the actions behind the mindsets. Now it's time for me to actually take that step forward. And I promise you, you just take one step forward and God is going to guide you. God is going to lead you the rest of the way. I feel like people are always asking me, like, oh, you're not posting on socials no more. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. And although, like, I haven't been, I still feel like I am where I'm supposed to be. I am doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm showing up in the places I'm supposed to show up. I'm pouring into myself the way I'm supposed to pour into myself. And no one can take away the things that I'm doing for me. No one can say, oh, I did this, or I made you, or I created this version of you. No, this was all made off of hustle and muscle, babes. Like, this was all made off of me, my energy, my understanding, and the quiet time I have now. Off of that no motion, off of the no movement that you're seeing, I was able to create this version of myself, the version that I'm actually proud of, the version that in a year from now is going to develop and grow and become so much better, so much bigger, so much more incredible than you can actually imagine. So my challenge for you is to write a list of everything that you want to accomplish. It doesn't have to all be accomplished this year. Just write the list. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What it will really make my soul happy? From big things to the little things. You want to get your teeth fixed. You want to get your shots, you want to get good grades in school, you want to get a raise at work, you want to apply for a new job. Ask yourself all of the things that you want, and then go over that list and say, what are the top 3 things that are in my control that I would be so happy with by the end of the year if I could say, bro, I did that. Figure it out, and then pour into those 3 things. Don't worry about anything else. I want a dog, but I know it's not practical for my lifestyle right now. I want to get my body done, but I also know I have other things that I need to pay off and save for. I want to go on like a couple vacations, but I also know that right now I need to stay put. I need to sit still. I need to make sure everything's all good on the home front first. I need to develop the person that I want to be, because at the end of the day, I have to take me everywhere I go. I have to show up and present myself as this person in every room that I walk in, and I want to be able to be proud of myself. So I'm going to the gym, I'm being consistent in the gym, I'm making sure I'm not eating things that I'll think about in December and say, damn, well, why would you go and eat that extra chicken burger, or why would you go and get them tacos? Of course, every once in a while you can have it, you can treat yourself, you can feel good about it, but from now to December, I don't want to look back and say, shit, I wish I could do it over. I wish I could replay the last 12 months of my life and just not do it, because now that's a new challenge I'm gonna have to figure out. That's a new obstacle that I'm gonna have to maneuver around. And you don't want to have to be the person that's always constantly maneuvering around the things that you want to do. I used to always tell myself, I want to move to the States. Bro, the way the States is set up right now, man, I know about them things. But like, I also feel like it was always just a pipe dream. I always said it to myself. I always said it out loud. I always tried to manifest it, but there was no motion behind it because I didn't understand the legalities behind it, the steps behind it. Regardless, remind yourself that just because you don't have any movement right now doesn't mean that it's no motion. Doesn't mean shit's not shaking in the back end, okay? Make that list. Write out every single thing you want, even if it's 50 things on the list. Think about the top 3 things that you can actually invest yourself into, pour into, and show up for. By the time December comes, I want you to be able to say, yo, I did that. I stuck to that shit and I'm proud. We are in charge of breaking our own paradigm. We are in charge of changing our whole life. Do you understand you can change your whole life just by agreeing, just by knowing in your mind and saying to yourself, like, I can do this. No one else is going to come and do it for you. No one else is going to come and shift things around for you or make you understand the power that you have. Like, you have so much power inside you. That's all I'm going to say right now in this video. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to see you guys in another one.